Hello dear students, this is part 3rd of reproduction in living organisms. In this part, we are going to see about sexual reproduction in humans. If you see the classification of human body or human beings, it comes under the class Mammalia. So, maximum mammals are unisexual. What is meant by unisexual is on one body only one sex organ is present, either male or female, then it is called as a unisexual. In case of bisexual, both male and female reproductive parts or organs are present, then it is called as a bisexual. So mammals are particularly unisexual organisms. As far as humans are concerned, sexual reproduction is observed in case of humans. Here, union of two gametes takes place to form zygote, and from this zygote, once again, new individual, new organism, new human being get developed. So, to study human reproduction is quite interesting, as well as now as per your age it is need of an hour. Let us go towards human sex organs, but before that let us see what is meant by puberty, what is meant by adolescence. As far as humans are concerned, human beings achieve their puberty, it starts their puberty at the age of 13 to 19. Development of sex organs takes place during this phase. So there are two types of sex organs in human. They are primary sex organs and secondary sex organs. The primary sex organs are called as gonads because they produce sex cells, or you can call it as gametes, and also secrete sex hormones. Before going towards male sex organ or female sex organ, let us see what changes are taking place during puberty. Now, as far as puberty is concerned, what is meant by puberty? So, puberty is a phase where human being achieve sexually reproducing ability. So, during this phase, what changes are taking place in males and in females, that we have to see. So, beginning of sexual maturity is known as puberty. In this age, primary sex organ starts functioning. Primary sex organs, that is the sex organs which are responsible for producing male gamete or female gamete. So, development of these primary sex organs and functioning of this primary sex organ may start. It occurs at the age of 10 to 14 in girls and 13 to 15 years in boys. Secondary sex organs develop duly under the influence of sex hormones produced by primary sex organs. In the stage of puberty, body growth is very rapid, as you see in the slide, that the height of a person, let it be boy or a girl, it starts increasing very rapidly from class 6 to class 10th. After that, what are the different changes taking place during puberty? So, during puberty, height increases very rapidly, that first we have seen. Now we will see one by one. As far as male males are concerned, masculine body development starts. Initially, your body is not masculine, but as age grows, muscular body development starts. More height we have seen. As far as males are concerned, low pitch voice starts, cracking of voice starts. Then some other characteristics like mustaches, then hairs, underarm hairs grows, hairs on whole body starts growing, beard appearance may be seen. Then pubic parts, where sex organs are present, at that parts pubic hairs comes. As far as females are concerned, high pitch voice development starts, breast development, then pimples start coming on the face, both in males as well as in females. Then attraction towards opposite sexes starts. These are the certain changes taking place during puberty. As far as females are concerned, menstruation cycle may start, erection of penis may start in males in 10th standard. Dear students, all these changes are natural, so nothing is weird about it. You should not take it negatively. All these are the natural processes, and during this phase mood swing starts. Mood may vary. You may feel very happy either, or you may feel depressed or highly motivated sometimes. So mood swing starts. So this is very dramatic age, that is called as a adolescent age. So this is the something which is foundation of your life, where different types of influences are present on you, and because of this you may get deviated, diverted towards many things. This is the age when most of the students are going towards substance abuse. You people wanted to do something adventurous in this age, but at the same time this need to be noticed that this is the age which is full of hormones. Whatever you decide in this age will come true. So you should be very selective while selecting your friends, selecting your career opportunities. It may be about your studies, or it may be about substance abuse. So all these changes, this age is about very magical age, we can say. So these changes you have noticed. Now let us go towards sexual systems, or male reproductive system and female reproductive system. As far as male reproductive system is concerned, male reproductive system consists of, here two systems are shown, that is male reproductive system and female reproductive system. In case of male reproductive system, different parts like testes, like epididymis, here this part is called as a epididymis, which is present inside the testes. Then next is scrotum, the covering which is covering the testes is called as a scrotum. Then vas deferens, the pipe which carries sperms from testes to different parts is to upper side, this pipe is called as a epididymis. Then next is vas deferens, ejaculatory duct, urethra, accessory sex organs and penis. Let us see one by one. Here in downside figure, sperm production inside testes is shown. As far as female sex organs are concerned, female reproductive system is concerned, there is a presence of ovaries, there is a presence of fallopian tube, there is a presence of uterus, there is a presence of vagina. Okay, so these are the different parts of the male and female reproductive system. As far as female reproductive system is concerned, you can see here the ovary, section of ovary is shown here, and how egg development takes place. So it is interesting to notice that the sperm cells which are produced in males need to fuse with egg cells which are produced in ovaries, and then formation of zygote and development of fetus will take place in female reproductive system. Let us go one by one. Let us see about the male reproductive unit or male reproductive system. As far as male reproductive system is concerned, I told you that there is a presence of testes. There is a presence of testes here. Then there is a scrotum. This is called as a scrotum. This scrotum is present outside the human body, and the scrotum, it is hanging below the abdomen. As far as function of scrotum is concerned, it is pouch of pigmented skin arising from the lower abdominal wall and hanging between the legs. It is divided internally into two compartments by a muscular portion called as a septum scroti. Scrotum possesses smooth involuntary muscles. Scrotum sac is connected to abdominal cavity through inguinal canal. So basically, as I told you, this scrotum which is hanging part below the abdomen, why it is? Because it needs 2 to 3 degrees Celsius less temperature than the body temperature to produce sperms. So for production of sperms, less than 2 to 3 degrees Celsius temperature than the body is required. Hence, scrotum is present outside the body, whereas in case of females, this system is not present. Now, after testes and scrotum, let us see about the next part, that is called as a didymis or epididymis. Didymis or epididymis is a part which is present here, which collects sperms from the testes. So from this epididymis, whatever sperms are produced inside the testes are transferred to vas efferens. So vas efferens and vas deferens is responsible to carry sperm cells towards the sac, towards the ejaculatory duct, and then from this it will be sent via penis outside the body. So This is how male reproductive system is present. Now let us see in this figure what exactly these parts are. So see here, this is testis, epididymis, vas deferens. Here certain hormone secreting cells are present. Storage of sperm cells takes place here. This is urinary bladder where urine is stored. So it doesn't have any function with reproductive system, but the part is shown here. That's why I have shown you. And then through penis, whatever sperms are located through penis, they are discharged out of the body. So this was about male reproductive system. Let us go towards testes now. See, this is the transverse section of testis. Testosterone is developed, produced in this section in the testes, the hormone which is responsible for secondary sexual characters as well as for production of sperm cells. These are the different parts of testes, and production of sperms takes place in this part. This part is shown here. Okay. So these are the parts of the human reproductive system and what is synthesized by seminal vesicle, that is also shown here. Seminal vesicle is responsible for production of proteins, some enzymes like testosterone, fructose, mucus, vitamin C, flavins, phosphorycholine and phosphoglandins. So these are the different secretions done by the seminal vesicle. So production of sperm is main function of male reproductive system or male reproductive organ. In male reproductive organ, urethra, that is urine passing passage, and sperm passing passage, they are one and the same. As far as accessory glands are concerned, in case of human male reproductive system, these glands are prostate glands, Cowper's gland and seminal vesicle. Prostate glands are the large pyramidal glands that encloses a part of urethra including its junction with the ejaculatory duct. The secretion is thick, milky and alkaline, which continue 20 to 30% semen. Cowper's glands, these are a pair of small glands present below the prostate gland and consist of separate opening. Their secretions provides lubrication to the reproductive tract. And seminal vesicle, it is paired and present between the urinary bladder and rectum. It is secretion from a major part of semen, 60 to 70%. It is thick, viscous, alkaline, having proteins, fructose and prostaglandins. Next part is penis. It is male copulatory organ which also passes urine. It consists of highly sensitive covering of skin called as a prepuce. Now as far as semen is concerned, sperms are produced by the testes and they are brought to the part where it is stored, and then with the help of accessory ducts or accessory glands, these sperms mixed with the secretions, and then that secretions collectively called as a semen. So as far as semen is concerned, It is milky, viscous and alkaline fluid ejaculated by reproductive system of males during copulation. Its quantity is 2.5 to 4 ml at time, having about 40 million sperms. Semen has chemical for nourishment of sperms, neutralizing the acidity of urethra and vagina, stimulating their movement in male-female tract. What is meant by spermatogenesis? Spermatogenesis means production of sperms. It starts at puberty under the influence of gonadotropin secreted from anterior pituitary glands. The structure of sperm, if you see, the structure of sperm consists of head, neck, middle piece and tail. About it you are going to see in detail in 12th standard. In this class we have to see up to this only. As far as female reproductive system is concerned, female reproductive system consists of ovaries. These are called as ovaries. Then there is a presence of fallopian tube. So this is called as a fallopian tube. Then it is consist of uterus. This part is called as a uterus. Then there is a presence of vagina. This part is called as a vagina, and types of glands present in the ovary that we are going to discuss about. Now as far as ovaries are concerned, these ovaries are oval in shape and lying near the kidneys. Ovary is covered by two layers. Outer is made up of germinal epithelial cells and inner layer is called as a tunica albuginea, which is made up of fibrous connective tissues. The ovary consists of inner part called as stroma. Its outer peripheral part is called as cortex, while inner part is called as a medulla. So they have different functions. Ovaries, here we have to remember, is ovaries are responsible for production of egg cells. Okay, so developing oocyte is called as a primary oocyte, and from which there is a formation of Graafian follicle in the ovaries, and from this Graafian follicle which is released, that is called as a egg. The cells of corpus luteum secreted the hormones, that is progesterone, during pregnancy and relaxing at the end of pregnancy. Now estrogen, which is secreted by Graafian follicle and intestinal cells, its secretion is maximum during ovulation. It is also secreted during pregnancy. So this was structure of ovaries and the ovum which is produced inside the ovaries. Now as far as fallopian tube is concerned, I told you about this fallopian tube. This is the site actually where fusion of gametes takes place. Fusion of gamete takes place in the fallopian tube. Fallopian tube consists of infundibulum, ampulla, isthmus and uterine part. So as far as infundibulum is concerned, it is having finger like projections over the ovary, here finger like projections, which are responsible for collection of egg from the ovaries. Mature Graafian follicle, when releases egg, at that time it is collected by finger like projections called as a fimbriae. Is meant to carry ovum by ciliary movement to the uterus. Ampulla, it is long wide part of fallopian tube next to the infundibulum. Isthmus, it is narrow part that follows ampulla. So ampulla and isthmus are the parts where actual fusion of gametes takes place in human reproductive system. uterine part as concerned, it is narrow and passes through the uterine wall, where the zygote divide and redivide and rest or in the for the development in the uterine part. Uterus, it is large, highly elastic sac specialized for the development of the embryo. It is situated in pelvic cavity. Now, as far as uterus is concerned, it is attached. So, this is the uterus part. It is attached to the fallopian tube from the sides, and below it open into vagina through cervix. This uterus undergoes cyclic changes during phases of menstrual cycle. Next part is cervix. So, this uterine wall and vagina, between this, whatever this part is called as, it is called as a cervix. Lower narrow cervix that projects into vagina. The cervix communicates above with the body of the uterus and below with the vagina. Now, lower part is called as a vagina. It is large, median, elastic muscular tube. This canal opens externally into labia minora and labia majora. Its folds consist of stratified squamous epithelium which has mucous lining. It secretes a lubricant fluid. So, this was about female reproductive system. Certain glands are present in female reproductive system. They are called as a Bartholin's glands. It secretes a clear viscous fluid under sexual excitement. The fluid serves as a lubricant during copulation or mating. So, this was about female reproductive system. If you want to understand how exactly the egg is released, then at the time of birth, in case of females, number of eggs are decided. So, this immature egg, every month one egg get released from this immature and undergoes cyclic changes to form a fallopian Graafian follicle, and from this Graafian follicle, this egg, when it matures, it will be released out of the ovary. With the help of finger like projections, as I told you, they are called as a fimri. With the help of finger like projections, these eggs are sucked in the fallopian tube. So, this is how the development of egg takes place, and accordingly this egg will be sucked by the fallopian tube. Now, when this egg is sucked by the fallopian tube, this egg is reached to the fallopian tube. If during that time copulation takes place, and sperms are released in the female reproductive body, the sperms goes on swimming till the fallopian tube, and here inside the fallopian tube fusion of gametes will takes place. So, once fusion of gametes takes place, there will be a formation of zygote inside the fallopian tube, and in fallopian tube 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 8 or 8 to 16, 16 to 32 cell stage embryo will rest in the uterus. So, this is the indication of pregnancy. What if egg is not fertilized? Once egg is fertilized, then inside the uterus there will be formation of fetus which is attached to the placenta. This placenta will help to provide nourishment to developing embryo, and formation of fetus will take place inside the uterus. So, this placenta or umbilical cord, what we call it as, is responsible to provide nourishment and for exchange of gases between mother and the fetus. So, development of fetus takes place up to 9 months, and after 9 months there will be a parturition. The baby will be delivered, what we call it as a delivery outside the body. So, this is whole story of pregnancy. Now, what if the egg is not fertilized? If the egg which is coming from the ovaries, if it doesn't get fertilized, then this egg will come to uterus directly without fertilization, and these egg cells having some particular type of hormones, these hormones secretions will lead this thick wall of uterus to dissolve, and whatever dissolved material is there, it will come out of the body through vagina. So this is about menstruation, what we call it as a menstruation cycle. So menstruation cycle is cyclic phase of flow of blood with mucus and tissues from the uterus of a woman at monthly intervals. It occurs on an average of 28 days interval. It starts at the age of 12 to 14 years and stops at 45 to 50 years. So 12 to 14 years when it starts, it is called as a menarche, and 45 to 50 years when it stops, it is called as a menopause. This cycle stops during pregnancy. The menstrual cycle consists of following phases, that is bleeding or menstrual phase, then proliferative phase, ovulation phase, and secretory phase. So these are the different phases of menstruation cycle. The period between menarche and menopause is called as a reproductive phase in human body or in human females. In ovulation phase, follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormones are secreted, which causes ovulation smoothly. Thickness of endometrium found in this stage is more. So after this is about pregnancies and all. Now achieving sexual ability does not mean that we should sexually reproduce, okay, because for reproduction or for pregnancy, one's body and mind should be ready, then and then only it is possible. During this phase many hormonal changes are taking place, due to which our body is not responding to the stimuli. So then in such cases arguments are taking place, depression may come, fever may come, vomiting, fussy, female may feel fussy about food. So these are the some problems occurs during reproductive phase or during pregnancies. Now next we are going to see about contraceptive methods. So this was about male and female reproductive organs of the human. We will see in next class after this. Thank you very much.